You know, we come in from a big plaza into this little tiny alleyway that's really dark and dirty, and you wouldn't know that anything's back here. So already you have this sense of, like, what am I getting myself into? What's down here? And then you see this perfect, polished brass door with the Irusu logo embossed into it. Already you've got this really strong contrast between the rough alleyway of you know, back streets Saigon and this thing that's completely out of place. The project is called Irusu. It's Japanese. It means pretending not to be home when someone comes to knock on your door. It started me thinking about illicit basement, kind of early 60s Tokyo dive bars that the gangsters would hang out in. The color and materials palette for this project, I felt from the very beginning, needed to be super stripped down. Basically, I wanted everything to be almost black with these hits of bright color, polished brass in this case. For the design of the bar, I wanted to have a really long, full display of all the great booze that they have here. The dramatic lighting behind things and underneath things. You know, I'd love for this to feel like you're walking into a set for a movie or something. I put myself in every seat of the place, and I think, am I going to be comfortable sitting there? Is that where I want to sit? Where's the best seat in the house? How can I create more seats that are the best seats in the house? We had this idea that we would create these really nice, quite generous booths where people can kind of lean back and watch what's going on, but they're a little bit protected because they're captured in this booth. The brief that I gave myself for the restrooms was that they had to be super minimal, but a little bit wacky. We covered the walls with a mirror and then crystals that look more or less like a square diamond. And so you walk in there and it's this sparkling, blingy disaster of a view that really kind of kicks you in the teeth. And it's fun because it has a lot of impact, but it didn't cost a lot of money. With the artwork for the project, we needed something that was quite strong to counterbalance that minimal palette. And then I came across the photography of this Belgian guy, Anton Koesters, who somehow talked his way into the Yakuza and convinced them to let him shoot intimate images of real deal Japanese gangsters. And I saw this body of work and I thought, God, that's perfect. I mean, it really fits in with with the Japanese name, with the kind of, you know, late 50s, early 60s James Bond kind of, you know, scary bar in the basement kind of vibe. So we've already got this kind of tattoo vibe happening with the art. I thought, okay, so let's tattoo the wall. Like the old school Yakuza tattoo technique, the really traditional one is hammered with bamboo. I see Irusu fitting into the nightlife here. It's a small, kind of intimate space, tucked into a little alleyway. I think it's going to be the kind of place that people return to a lot.